let's try to cast the game while listening to it.
I can listen to for them trying to take the purple buff right
they're
now.
taking the purple buff. Yep,
100%.
That's a purple.
And the Novaria is helping out.
Helped out. He's now in the mid lane trying to clear the wave.
Exactly. And I kind of feel like both EXP laners are freezing-ish the lane. They're looking at each other and just trying to poke each other out.
In fact, they freeze it so much, I think there's a pause.
Oh, yeah.
There might be it. That might be the case right now, right? We're just holding up again. We got some Filipino fans in the building, as expected. It's all about that support right now in Rizal Memorial Coliseum. But for the folks watching back at home and also the people watching in the venue, please do be patient with us as we deal with some issues.
Yeah, but it's okay. While the pause is happening right here, we do have to talk about how both teams want to approach this fight. Because again, looking at Onyx, the thing that I'm looking at is because when they ban out the Paquito, they have a better chance in case if anything goes wrong. CW can go to the side, and I kind of feel like with CW, specifically CW on the Claude, it's not impossible for him to win a 1v2 situation.
Not at all. I think he's one of the best weak side gold laners in the world right now, but he is facing off against Super Marco, who this time has his comfort hero. In all the times that I feel like AP Brent has won an international tournament when they were representing the Philippines for ISF and SEA Games, it was on Super Marco getting a bully pick in the gold lane, and then they snowball from that Brody to rotate him across the map. Exactly what we saw again from AP Brent against Blacklist yesterday. They were able to utilize Super Marco to rotate to neutral objectives. It's a strange angle to attack from, but it is an angle that is optimal for AP Brent.
And that's even more applicable for this particular game just because of the Matilda, right? I think that we've seen this so many times. You park the Matilda in the middle of the lanes, mid to bottom, for example, or bottom or top to mid. That you utilize the guiding wind, maximum range, and because of the wilderness blessing and available for the Matilda, you really cover up so much ground, and the guiding wind it looks like a massive teleport spell afterwards. So. You're definitely going to see that kind of playstyle coming out from AP Brent.
Right now, looking at the draft index, looks like in terms of the late game potential, both teams are quite equal. But when it comes to early to mid game potential, it is Poronic. So having this Dyroff in the jungle, it is going to be pretty strong going up against the Fredrin. However, looking at a combination here, Wolf, the Fredrin, the Matilda, the Novaria, as well as the Thomas, if the Thomas joins during the turtle fight, I'm not entirely confident that Onyx can really secure things, even though they have the early to mid game potential.
I guess because of the fact that they are Onyx, maybe they can secure it. But no, technically speaking, there's a definite approach here for the side of Onyx. The way that they will set up their box, it will be the Turtle first, tanking all of the damage. Bad of Smith gonna be there, so the levels as well as the EXP is important for Boots. Then you have the Tigreal coming up from Keyboy for the surprise plays. You would not see Kyrie as well as Sans leading the charge because of the two big boys from Onyx that might be their setup for the box.
And with that box, that's the big, I feel, issue for both these teams, right? They want to try to set it up, but the other wants to try to make it as chaotic as possible. They want to try to attack from different angles, and I think with AP Brent's comp, that might be what they're looking for here.
Yes.
Attacking from different angles, using that Matilda to create havoc in these team fights. And Thama should be doing the same thing, right? If he got the Vengeance here, it'll be really, really hard for the Claude or anyone to even deal with it.
Let me misuse my power at the moment.
Misuse?
Yes, because right now, while the players are on stage, I want the players to hear the crowd cheer. If you're with Onyx, chant Onyx. If you're with AP Brand, chant AP Brand. And Mirko, I know you're with Onyx, so let me hear all the Sonics. Onyx! Oh, we're in the game!
We're in!
Let me hear AP Brand! And with that, let's jump into the game.
We're in, all right. Onyx versus AP Bren in the early stage. Really, 1 minute has elapsed. And what does it look like so far? Maybe we can take it slow with the emblems first here, Wolf.
Yeah, we haven't seen them actually right now. Yep, we're gonna be looking at towards that later on. I'm actually surprised that Brave Smite is Kyle Tzi's choice, because I think that in the Philippines, we're a kind of region that likes the Quantum Charge actually on that particular hero. And Zap Tz going in for Impure Rage. One thing that we do know about the Brody is it's a great laner. Like 1v1 almost wins almost all of the matchups.
And right now, looking at Kyrie already setting up for that turtle. Keyboy absorbing quite a lot of damage coming in from Few as well as Ogwen. Not going to be having priority going into the turtle fight.
Kyrie's holding it, resets it. Sans and Boots rotating over. Both teams looking to go and contest for the first turtle of the game. Flapteezy already regaining that prio in the bottom side of the map. But both teams are still hovering over.
Yeah, right now, again, AP Brand, they do have the Astral Echo to find the opposing side, but Boost goes in.
3-man penalty zone off the Sans, damage coming down, and that's going to be Keyboy who shoves them back. Kyrie winning the retreat battle with the implosion coming down as well. Now it's going to be View. Very low first blood picked up by Sans, but a good appraiser's wrath turns it around. Now Boots all alone. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Make it 2-for-2 for the turtle, but if Boots gets taken down here, Onyx will lose out in the first fight of the game. Flapteezy.
Congratulations, Onyx got the turtle, but they had to pay with 3 members. It's not even worth it, Wolf.
Not at all. At the first turtle fight, you don't want to get that turtle in exchange for 3 heroes. That's the AP Brand. But a wonderful placement coming out from Flapteezy, just keeping his stabs onto Kyrie. Kyrie was way slow because of the control coming out from Flap. He still was able to get the turtle, which is amazing, but the succeeding fight, because they were poked down so much, they didn't have any staying power anymore.
This is why I was wondering, is it good for Onyx to fight around the turtle? Because the poke coming in from AP Brand as well as the heavy damage that they can put out. Flapteezy wants Keyboy.
The CC, right? It's phenomenal. Kyrie jumping in. Sans is there as well with the help of CW. That's a 3-man circling eagle knockup. CW forced to use the defensive battle mirror image back to his own turret. Torn apart memory also used up there. A good shot off the CW under his tier 1. Ogwen's looking for a dive angle. Jumps in with the guiding wind. Super Marco looking for a stun. Battle mirror image out. Super Marco gets 1 hit on the turret gold and backs away.
Be great for CW for sure, as he's able to stand his ground. But overall, this is really good for AP Brand because now they are overtaking the jungle. Kautis and Ogwen, and the coverage that they have because of the guiding wind and the sustain that they have with Few from long distance. Woo!
Even an appraiser's wrath just to keep Keyboy at bay. They know how big the playmaking is. Boom.
Dude, the impact is so huge. The entire map lights up. And speaking of the entire map, it looks like what AP Brand is trying to do is try to cover 51% of the map. They're making sure Onyx stays honest. Onyx stays in their path.
I love the crowd, man. I really do. They're cheering for the screen going back to normal Onyx. Some good damage on Ogwen. Astral Echo connecting onto all 4. Flapteezy holding onto the turtle. That's a good Astral Spear onto the back. Boots going to be zoned away for now. Flapteezy jumping in, getting a taunt, knocking Boots up. Flapteezy doing the same thing. Now with the Infernum in the circling eagle. Boots with a flicker backwards. That might just be a kill. DPZ to fall back. Phew! Gets a snipe from downtown. That is Keyboy who's forced back, and now the entire Onyx have to pull back.
Massive pokes coming out from AP Brand. The positioning, Ogwen was so instrumental in that, as well as Flapteezy. This surprise pick with this Matilda and this Tams make it difficult for Onyx to get some territories, get some ground, and Few being on point with the spear.
The way that I see it, AP Brand wants to tell the Sky Kings, stay down, stay grounded. We're not going to allow you to fly. But looking at the pacing here, I got to ask you, Wolf, is this enough? Because Onyx, it looks like they're fine moving in this pace.
Oh, definitely. This is what they need to be doing. And the thing is, they're not really like stumbling, or they're not giving anything for Onyx Esports again to kind of move on. And I think this is the way that they're handling the left side of the map with the Brody, the top lane. It gives them so much ground to work with and so much control at the early stages of the game.
And with a 3,000 gold lead, they're really dictating the pace. They're already rotating up top. They know where the battle mirror image is going to be placed down. CW, no turret there, but he backs up to the battle mirror image. And now Onyx are looking for a counter-attack. But it is going to be fumbled instantly. AP Brent spot them, and they know exactly what they were planning.
Right now, I got to ask Wolf, what is Onyx able to lose out? In terms of trading, they're losing turrets. How many turrets can they afford to lose?
Well, they do have good late game. I think they're going to be happy just keeping all of their outer turrets before the first Lord. Again, that's already a good sign for Onyx. Because right now, I mean, if the first Lord goes in favor of AP Brand and they don't have their turrets anymore, that's going to be a very bad problem. But I think just to answer your question, that's the most that they can have.
All right, looking like Onyx, they got to keep that in mind. Onyx got to keep that in mind, man. If they want to make sure that they are still breathing into the game, they got to make sure when the Lord happens, the outer turrets are safe. Looking at the mid, very healthy. Looking at the EXP lane, looks like it's generally quite okay as well.
Yeah. And now looking at the turtle, it's in favor of AP Bren, with 3 members of Onyx getting spotted out. Boots walking up now. Flapteasy doing some damage on a Keyboy, poking him down with an Astral Spear, connecting onto the back line as well. Circling Eagle, knocking Kyrie up, zoning them away from the turtle, and Boots is forced to run away. Flapteasy just wreaking havoc as Calteasy picks up the turtle. Once again, 3 turtles to AP Bren. No contest from Onyx.
We got to talk about Flapteasy here. He's really pushing everyone from Onyx away. How's he doing this?
No, this is the strength of the Thames with the Impure Rage and the threat of the Vengeance. Then there's always that Ogwyn factor where no matter what happens, he's going to be safe. That's why the 2 of them just go together, and there's nothing that Onyx can do. The early game tempo from the side of AP Bren was dictated by this Thames as well as this Matilda.
Well, good news for Onyx fans because EW is still deathless. Sans is able to protect himself with the ult coming in from Matilda. So far, a pretty slow-paced game, but looks like Onyx, again, this is the kind of pacing that they are forced to go into. But Kyrie, now, again, the question to Wolf, can Kyrie farm up enough that he can cause trouble for AP Bren?
Oh, it's not just about himself. I mean, the answer is yes, but
Kyrie still secures it.
Kyrie still secures it. The answer is yes, but he really needs to find his teammates. I think, you know, when you look at the Dairoth, you would think that this is a singular hero or an individual kind of hero, but it's not. It's a combo-based hero. You need someone else with physical damage to combo with you so that you're able to just make full advantage of the passive as well as the kit that Dairoth has. So I guess for Kyrie, yeah, surely you can farm up, but you need to utilize your teammates as well.
Exactly, right? It's not a solo hero here, especially I feel like the way that Kyrie's building towards, it's more of that utility build. Anti-Cuira's first item, only a Fury Hammer to help him deal some damage and a little bit of penetration. So this pick is really reliant on everyone else dealing damage. He's a utility jungler.
Help me understand this, Wolf. Why is Keyboy positioning the way that he is positioning now?
It makes me wonder. He doesn't have any teammates. I think he just wants to make sure that the purple buff will be at least watched. And there's really nothing that they can do right now aside from farming. He's spending his time here so that he's going to be able to land a wonderful implosion once they see the other members.
Looks like they're setting up on the board here. Sans
flickering out. Astral Echo thrown out as well by Sans in panic. And I feel like for Keyboy, is he trying to learn from his idol? The BBB, the big brain below, and now it's the BBK, big brain Keyboy, perhaps.
And here's the thing, AP Bren, no one sees this. No one knows where Keyboy is, but even if he gets a 5-man implosion, will the damage be enough, Wolf?
Maybe they have the Dairon, so they can. The damage will be there.
Oof. But AP Bren's damage as well is quite massive. Look at the poke coming in. Boots is already down to half.
Even the Lizard did not spot out Keyboy.
Yeah. Another Astral Spear. Boots taken low. Penalty zone. That's a DPZ, but not a defensive penalty zone. That's a desperate penalty zone from Onyx. A 4.8k gold lead, building up to 5k, and it has halted any shot of Onyx to look for an angle to fight.
It looks like Keyboy abort the plan. This is not going how we want it to go. Keyboy returns, and now Onyx, they got to pre-plan what else are they going to do. Astral Echo finds 2.
Fission mailed. Onyx forced back into their tier 1, and Super Marco, Mr. Reketiano, picks up that tier 1 in the mid lane. The Turret Eater.
Oh, this is definitely going to be AP Bren's power spike. And Onyx need to hold their ground. AP Bren's lineup with this Matilda, with this Brody, they're very, very strong at this moment. And the thing is, because of the fact that Few had a great time in the early stages, he's going to be the one to supplement the damage in the latter portions of the game. So AP Bren, even their composition is like this, they're not technically just an early to mid kind of a lineup. They do have the late game because of this Novaria. Onyx needs to respect that. They need to make something happen now.
How's the clear though, right? I mean, Onyx right now, they're trying to deal with just a super minion wave.
It's
not good. We saw the main reason they were able to come back was that wave clear with the Lily. SCW gets poked by a torn apart memory. Zone back to his base.
Something about Onyx. I believe, and I kind of feel like all the Sonics believe, as long as the crystal is not destroyed, because it's not just in M5. They did it in M4 as well. When the odds are not in their favor, they will find a way. They will be able to do the impossible.
Dude, was that against the Valley, dude? Maybe. Talk about memory. Oh, Kyrie forced back Battle Mirror Image defensively as well. Onyx fended off the First Lord, but I would say it's quite value. AP Brent got half of the HP for the turret in the bottom lane.
That's right. The Twilight Armor picked up by Kyrie, this is definitely a reaction to what AP Brent is giving them. Going up against the Novaria. Now, if I'm looking at the heroes, the composition of Onyx, there's really no dive that can get to few. So I think that this is another problem that they have to go through. Even then, the front-to-back composition of AP Brent is also a thing of beauty because you have Flapteezy all very, very farmed now with the Impure Rage as well as the Vengeance, and then you have Kalteezy to man the front lines as well. You have the Guiding Wind to start. The front-to-back of AP Brent is just perfect.
Ogwen is a roamer, let me remind you.
Yeah.
And he's doing that much damage to CW.
I really am curious to see how far behind CW is compared to Super Marco, right? Because Marco's been eating turrets, but it seems like in terms of levels, even damage earlier, CW has got quite enough.
So let me just ask, Wu, because you were talking about how Onyx, based on their lineup, it's not going to be easy to catch Few. So if Few is not the target, who should be the target? Is it the front line? Is it Super Marco?
I think Onyx will have to settle for the front lines, yes. Because that is the idea of the Dyrot anyways. Of course you can dive, but...
Good shot again, Astral Echo. Now revealing a few members. Kyrie going to be engaged on right now with the Circling Eagle, the Taunty and Brazer's Wrath. You get some strike coming down, but it's not in time right now. It's actually an implosion out of penalty zone, but it's still not enough. Super Marco is free hitting. That's a flicker and a torn apart memory. Good attraction by Sans. A good shot over. Sans dogging away. AP Brent looking for the end angle now. 7-1, 10,000 gold lead building. 2 members down for the Sky Kings.
Onyx lost 2, and now everyone from AP Brent, they're marching forward. They're looking at the base. Flapteezy goes in.
The Hive in the building erupts. But it's cleared out, but the turret, the base, has been taken away. AP Brent snatch a victory from under Onyx feet.
This is the beginning of AP Brent telling Onyx no more. What happened yesterday was a fluke. If you give us an advantage, we're gonna take the win.
A beautiful execution coming out from AP Brent, the way that they drafted their early game composition with the Broly as well as the Matilda. With the Frederick, that's the first pick. Who would have thought that we did not look at this hero the entire M5, and now, during the Grand Finals, first picked by AP Brent.
This is the level of world athletes. They made sure with 123 heroes in the game, never lose sight of the heroes that were once strong. They've used these heroes. They've mastered the heroes. They know how to execute it well. Even though it's not meta right now, they are the ones that create, that shape the meta. And with that being said, this has been an amazing game, but we need the assistant of both Leo as well as Gideon to tell us what happened in this game.
What a way to open up the series here with AP Brent taking the very first game. I couldn't believe what was going on, and especially with what the heck happened in the draft. They've learned a lot from the last time they've met, Leo.
It's a much better way to go ahead and take control of an early game advantage that they very much had in game 1 in yesterday's upper bracket final, and now it's clear AP Brent has woken up.
They have. They've opened up the draft, and more so, they've opened up some interesting picks here. And let me tell you, Leo, have you heard about this man? M2 World Champion.
Season 6 and Season 12, MPLPH champion.
Oh my goodness, this man continues to roll harder and harder every single day. From level 1 to 4, he continues to dominate. He decided to pick Thamus this game. Have you heard his name? David Charles, the Filipino Cannon!
I can't believe that Thamus debuted here in the knockout stage 2 with a dominant victory like this. He built a vengeance. You see that?
Yes, and honestly, for most Amos players, that's the way to go. You're looking to be able to withstand the damage and honestly utilize your ult in the same manner to buy that extra bit of time. But you can see, for the side of AP Bren, it was clear that they wanted to play early game, and more importantly so, they had no real answer to the Snammers for at least the first 6 minutes, unless they were sending their gold laner over, but I don't know, CW, he was not leaving that lane anytime soon.
Quick flashback to what happened exactly in game 1. First turtle was scored by Onyx, but at the behest of the rest of the team, it turned into a bloody trade. It was unfortunate that when Flap came to his senses, when Flap said it's go time, it was a canon event. He just started to
Boots now under-leveled, under-farmed in a matter of fact. Well, at the same time, you would imagine that CW would have a strong lane until AP Bren decide to attack it, right? From EXP, they moved to gold. From gold, they start pushing into the jungle. Once they knew that Kyrie was not able to find just that little bit of steam, a little bit of gas to get the whole comp snowballing, that's when it all started crumbling down.
Yep, in the first half of the draft, it looks like Onyx had a solid plan. But I don't think they saw it coming when AP Bren closed up strong with the 2 final picks. Again, they were owning the map as soon as that initial trade happened. So for all of y'all chess fans out there, AP Bren played the open fort gambit. They let through a little at the start, and then eventually went for the punish.
And the best part, the foresight coming out of it, right? The information gathering from their mid lane really makes a difference in these sort of senses, right? You need to keep tabs on where exactly Kyrie is going to go. Because again, Kyrie is the only quote-unquote early game that they actually wanted to get the momentum to push forward, to break through AP Bren's entire composition. And if he found that snowball, this would be a very different game. But in the meantime, it's something to consider, right? Going into the next game, it's adaptation coming in from Onyx, but I think at the very least, we can say that AP Bren have learned from their mistakes.
Yep, with that said, I think the game stats will actually tell a better story because of how this game happened so fast. Some of us might be wondering, what exactly did these teams make of the small lead that they had? And then eventually, when AP Bren was dominating and calling the shots, how did Onyx try to close that gap? Because if I'm not mistaken, the gap was relatively small and it's suddenly huge until it was just impossible for Onyx to even leave their base. That's why all of these weird bush camping from Keyboy felt like they were just one-time big times. If this doesn't work, you gotta pay the price.
And let's not forget, it's not like Onyx didn't have a chance here. They found some great moments against AP Bren, but unfortunately the numbers doesn't back it up. When you're already behind 8K worth of gold, you're gonna get stat checked. The items aren't there. There's nothing they can do.
That's right. And there was a moment wherein the Matilda was just putting CW in its place. We're gonna go into a quick break. When we come back, more of this grand finals. You're watching M5.
I play my role, I've been kinda great. number 1 seed, the champion of the arena. The fans adore me because I've never lost. Yet you are afraid. Afraid that you will lose everything. Do you ever get scared of losing, Kimmy?
Well, big bro, I think we should cherish the joy and excitement of each game. Not who won or lost.
That's right. I'll strive for victory, but I won't lose myself in its pursuit. World Championship. I'm back.
The world's first city, built for play, is coming to Saudi Arabia. Don't just live life. Play life. Qiddiya.
Grab only, savings ang dami, your wallet sings tonight. Laki ng bawi, pag nag-grab only, save 244 alright. this round versus game now. Got the power on my shoulders. Ikaw kusang pagtaro. Kung isa buhat ko lang, but you can keep me from my honor. I feel like the floor is lava. The energy's getting higher. It's heavy in my arms. Cause I know just for me. I got you like na-na-na-na. And you know we hold the power. Cause we are better than great. Cause we are better than ku jadi terhebat, transcend myself into this game, yeah. I need the power to turn me afraid. Kemenangan bukan trik yang lemah. The shoot of the game, shall reveal better than great. It's how we feel. I feel like the floor is lava. The energy's getting higher. It's heavy in my arms. Cause I know just for me. I got you like na-na-na-na. And you know you hold the power. Cause we are better than great. I can try it, but don't stand in my way. Stand tall and keep talking. We are better than great. Keep them to live on. Heart up, beating back and forth. They all fall down and bound. We are better than great. Cause we are better than great. If we stand tall and believe, kau dan aku kan bisa dengan tekad membara. You see, I'm better than you see, I'm better than you see, I'm better than
Brandon, alam ko masalimuot ngayon ang buhay mo. Kung kailan ka nabigyan ng break as a head coach sa pro scene ng Mobile Legends, doon ka pa nagkaroon ng malubhang sakit. Iindahin mo ng 1 buwan. Itatago mo kasi akala mo ngalay lang naman. Hanggang sa isang gabi, hindi ka na makatayo. Hindi ka na makalakad. Wala nang choice kundi dalhin ka sa ospital kasi grabe na yung sakit na iniinda mo. Magsisimula ang season na wala ka sa tabi ng team mo. Sobrang lungkot at depression ang dadanasin mo dahil sa sakit at kawalan ng pakiramdam sa kalahati ng iyong katawan. Munti ka nang sumuko sa buhay. Buti na lang at may mga nurse, mga doktor, mga physical therapists, at mga kaibigan na nagpatibay ng loob mo. Huwag mo silang kalimutang pasalamatan. Akala mo okay na ang lahat, kaso luluba palalo ang sakit mo. Mapupunta ka sa bingit ng kamatayan, halos hindi ka na makahinga. Doon, mapapadasal ka sa Diyos na huwag ka na munang kunin dahil hindi pa tapos ang mission mo. Hindi pa tapos ang pangarap mo. Sabi mo nga, magja-champion ka pa. Maniwala ka na gagaling ka. Kumapit ka. Sa pagkakataon na yon, madudugtungan ang iyong buhay. Binigyan ka ng isa pang chance sa mundo para tuparin ang pangarap mo. Kung akala mo wala nang kukuha sa iyong ML team dahil sa kalagayan mo, nagkakamali ka. may magtitiwala pa rin. Kukunin ka as coach ng isang team abroad. Igagrab mo yung opportunity kahit pa naka-wheelchair ka kasi gusto mo yung ginagawa mo. Magiging mahirap pero okay lang. Ang importante, sumubo ka at wala kang regrets. Unti-unti na rin mag-i-improve ang kalagayan mo. Sabi ng mga doktor, kailangan mong ma-operahan pero wala ka pa namang pera noon kaya naniwala ka na lang nagagaling ka. Sa tiyaga at paniniwala, makakatayo ka rin. Darating ang punto na makakalakad ka na ulit. Himala, di ba? May isa pang biyaya na darating. Lalapitan ka na isang kaibigan, si Coach Daki, para maging tactician ng AP Bren. May chance ka ulit na ituloy ang pangarap. Huwag mo itong sayangin. Ikaw ang susi na magbubukas ng bagong pintuan para sa iyong team. Makakapagsibol kayo at dito magsisimula ang sunod-sunod niyong pagkapanalo sa iba't ibang tournament, kabilang ang MPL Philippines Season 12. Kung dati ay literal na hindi ka makalakad, ngayon lakad matatag ka nang ire-representa ang Pilipinas sa M5 World Championships.
David, nakakatuwa manood ng MPL, no? Nakikita mo yung mga idol mo. Yung iba dyan, magiging kakampi mo. Maglaro ka lang na maglaro, tapos magpataas ka ng rank at stars. Sa sobrang loko mo, darating pa nga yung 24 hours na nag-live ka ng ML para magpapansin. Dahil sa kasipagan mong yun, may chance ka pang nakasali ka sa Bren. Sobrang saya ng magiging run mo kasi magcha-champion ka na sa MPL tapos makakasali ka pa sa M2 World Championship. Nakaka-pressure pa yan kasi rookie ka pa lang tapos mag-worlds ka na. Buti na lang umayon yung resulta sa atin. Magiging champion ka ng M2. Oo, masaya siya. Kaso warning lang yung mga susunod na mangyayari dito magiging mahirap at masakit para sa'yo. Ganun talaga yung buhay Hindi laging masaya. Minsan, kapag nasa tuktok ka at hindi mo alam kung paano harapin ang tagumpay, sasagadsad ka pababa, tatamarin ka, makikinig sa maling sinasabi ng iba. At ang uli, magmamahal ka ng taong lolokohin ka lang pala. Sa mga panahong yun, mapatingin ka na lang sa salamin at parang hindi mo nakilala yung sarili mo. Magiging madilim yung mga susunod na kabanata ng buhay mo. Pero David, dito ka matututo. Oh, baka gusto mo laktawan tong part na to ha? Hindi pwede, kasi mahalagang pagdaanan mo to. Okay lang matakot, gawin mo pa rin. Magta-top 8 kayo sa MPL, talo, laglag. Hindi lang isa, 2 beses pa. Dahil dito, mapaisip ka kung kaya mo pa ba, kung para sa'yo pa ba yung ML, ngayon ka dapat hindi tumigil. Kailangan mong ituloy at patunayan sa sarili mo na kaya mo, kahit sa mga oras na wala ka ng ganang gumalaw. Kung magagawa mo to, magkakaroon ka ng disiplina. Gagawin mo siya dahil pinangako mo sa sarili mo na panahon na para magising at magbago. Kapag naayos mo na yung sarili mo, magiging maayos na teammate ka na sa mga kasama mo. Kung yung dati nga, sarili mo lang iniisip mo, ngayon mas masaya ka na kapag masaya yung teammates mo, di ba? Dahilan ito para mag-champion kayo sa iba't ibang tournaments, pati na rin sa MPL Season 12. Matutupad rin yung pangarap mo para sa team na makapag-M5. Ngayon, sa pagkakataong ito,
Welcome back to the M5 World Championship. And here with me, CW's family. Hello, everybody. You're Ricky, CW's brother. I see you all the time. Can you let us know who's here with you?
Yes, first of all, this is my dad.
Hi, Dad.
Hi.
This is the CW auntie.
Auntie, hello, Auntie.
CW auntie.
Auntie as well.
CW cousin.
Cousin, what's your name?
CW brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law.
I'm CW sister.
CW sister. Okay, so there's how many of you? There's 3 of you? 3 of you siblings?
Yes, 3 of us. No, only 2 of us.
Only 2 of you. I mean, like you, CW, and the older sister. How many of you are there?
We are 5.
5. So CW is what, the youngest?
Yes, he is the youngest.
He's the youngest of all. Let me know, how is he as the youngest brother?
For me personally, if you know him closely, he's kind of talk active and like the.
No, he's talkative?
Yeah, he's talk active. And he's also like poking fun to each other.
So he's talkative and he likes to poke fun of people. So that means the next interview, I need to focus on CW and I need to interview him more. Is that correct?
Yeah, you should interview him one by one.
I'm gonna
One
talk to
versus
him.
one, yeah.
I'm gonna talk to him a lot more. Now, have you guys been to the Philippines before?
Actually, this is my 3rd time.
Your 3rd time, so you like Philippines that much?
Yeah, I love Philippines.
How about CW? How many times has he been here?
If I remember correctly, this is his 2nd time.
The 2nd time. And then he went here the 1st time, what, for vacation?
Maybe vacation or having fun, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know, the older brother doesn't know. So how do you guys like Philippines so far? Good? If you love Philippines, give me a thumbs up. Oh, love it. I hope everyone's been treating you well. Now give me an inside scoop because it seems like CW has a lot of support from his family members. You know, not a lot of parents understand about esports. So how did your parents react when he told them he wants to be a professional player?
For my parents, I think the only supportive one at first is my mom. My mom, yes.
Mommy's always supportive.
My dad is so scary.
No, you didn't want him to play? No?
Yeah, he used to hate gaming as general.
Really? What changed his mind?
Because I think he changed his mind because CW is a hardworking person. He likes to play competitively before becoming pro player, and he already did earn so much. So my parents.
He already earned so much.
Yeah, kind of see this is a great future. Maybe you should go play professionally or something like that.
Did CW ever share what he wants to do if he wins the M5 World Championship?
Maybe he will trade us to Japan.
He's going to treat them to Japan. You know, the world is different now. Esports is now such a great career, and CW has proven himself so much. Now, there's people watching from all around the globe, and also CW could hear you. What do you want to say to CW right now?
For CW, I hope you will play without any pressure and keep giving your best.
And let's see how CW does with Onyx as we head back to game number 2. Casters from all over the world. Let's get it on. Casters, pasok.
Thank you very much, Mara and W, for CW's brother, because now we know Calvin Wanada is talkative.
Stay away. He's very talkative. Just
Mara should interview him more.
Not on the mic, man. On stage, he becomes an introvert completely. Yeah. But I gotta give us a big shout out to CW, man, because I actually sat with the auntie during the group stages, and she told me that CW paid for their trip here to the Philippines. So they love it here.
Man.
W, man.
W.
You can't spell CW without a W.
That's right. And
I wish I was that rich.
Yeah, me too, man. This guy is.
Yeah, he's here.
No, it's not. It's not true.
Richest caster in the world.
That's
I think
not
the
true.
crowd agrees
That
too.
is not true
Wolf is
at
the
all.
richest caster.
That is not true at all. They don't agree, right? Oh,
You really want me to ask?
No.
You know what I will agree?
What?
Is that for everyone watching on TikTok, you guys can get TikTok drops. Watch for 3 minutes, you can win 1 TikTok viewer chest. And watch for 5 minutes or more, and you can win TikTok Deluxe chest. If you watch longer than 5 minutes, maybe you will know, in terms of the debate, who is the richest caster. Is it really Wolf or Mirko?
Or Lafel?
I'm out of the equation, man. I'm at least like top 6.
If you really
No,
want to
you're
make this a
not.
debate, right? I mean,
No, you're not.
never mind. Let's just get into the draft.
Yeah, but with that being said, we're not going into draft. Why you lied to me?
Ah,
we're just
sorry,
looking
man.
at a trophy.
I'm sorry, man. I
Look
thought
at
we were
that.
gonna get. Oh, that is a good trophy right there. It's the same design as the M4 one, right? Because they swapped an M4. And man, it looks good.
It looks clean.
That was the one Echo brought home, right?
That's right. we brought it home from Indonesia.
We?
Yeah.
We?
Of course,
You're
I'm
a part of Echo?
No.
Are you analyzing for
No,
Echo?
hell no. My brains will not be as
accusations.
good to be part of a championship team yet. You know.
Okay, with that being said as well, again.
Oh, you are part of a team.
Okay, either way.
We're a team.
The World Championship trophy for 3 years now has been here in the Philippines. Based on the performance of AP Brand just now, they want to keep that world trophy here. But again, Onyx, this is their chance to bring it over and not let it stay in the Philippines. And we are hearing the draft.
Yeah.
The draft might have started.
Always
You know,
on the
Lavelle,
way.
I hear Matilda.
have a chance to break 3 curses back to back to back.
Okay, what's the curse?
First curse. Wait, gotta do it tonight. No host country has ever won the M Series. And also, number 2, mirror curse. Number 3, 2-time.
So now, we live in the world where there's a possibility
There is
that AP Brand is a curse breaker.
yes.
Breaking the curse of the host country. And then being the 2-time world champion. With that being said, we're jumping into the draft where AP Brand have the momentum. They have their first game win. Onyx, this is their moment. This is their chance. If they want to keep in the game, if we want to make sure it's not a 4-0, they got to win this one.
Momentum is big, especially when AP Brand gets it. We saw even in the game itself, when they got that snowball rolling, it was almost impossible to derail it. Onyx this time with first pick.
Oh, they instantly pick up the Joy. AP Brand, are they going to be picking up the Valentina, which is the typical answer to the Joy? And then the Fredrin that we saw, they utilized so well for the side of AP Brand. Because the thing with Fredrin against Joy is obviously the Joy will be able to get away from the Fredrin, but once you get on top of the Joy, you're going to be A-okay because of the continuous stunts that you get out of the Fredrin. Another option is the Akai that AP Brand also likes.
Let's do a very quick recap here.
Tiger Bruno.
Let's do a very quick recap here. Onyx has banned out Faramis, Matilda as well as 1-1. AP Brand has banned out Guinevere, Nolan as well as the Kaja. Onyx first picked the Joy very early on, and AP Brand responds with the Tigreal as well as the Bruno here, where again, the Tigreal, I would say, is multi-talented. He can do a lot. One of them is that he can actually slow down the jungler.
Yeah, exactly, because of the push that you have, and that's going to be a problem for Kyrie for sure. That means that they need they need a hero from the roam that can actually match where the Tigreal is. So might be a hero that the Boots, or sorry, Keyboy might be looking towards, like someone to kind of keep tabs on the Tigreal, and that's going to be the Claude and Joy together. I mean, understand that Teresa, but Claude and Joy together, there's so much scaling on the side of Onyx. Don't get me wrong, they're very strong in the latter portions of the game, but might be too greedy.
Yeah. Especially considering both of them can technically be countered by the Implosion, right? They go in, they can get comboed together. Right. And in lane already, it's already a tough matchup. Bruno versus Claude. I've been in the receiving end of a Bruno matchup again when I'm on a Claude.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Not fun, man.
I kind of feel like the Claude is for 2 reasons. Because I kind of feel like for AP Brand, they do respect CW, so this Claude could be banned out. And I kind of feel like seeing the Tigreal, you're kind of looking at a draft that does not have a Minotaur, so perhaps that's also another reason why CW was like, okay, I can use the Claude here. But they got to finish things out because AP Brand just now, View was a very big impact, and the Paquito, before it gets banned out, instantly picked up.
Yep, the Paquito obviously great against the Claude when it comes to like some moments of the game. What I don't like about the Claude is that there's that passive that we know for sure for Tigreal. Tigreal actually likes going up against the Claude. It's like a Minotaur, right? Almost like a Minotaur with a second skill, but this time it's a passive. So I'm interested why Onyx went for this kind of play. Obviously, the Claude is great versus the Bruno, though, in the latter portions of the game. But in the early stages, it's not going to be an answer. So I will not be surprised if AP Brand just bans out the Angela, because he has a lot of vehicles here for Onyx.
Yeah, looking at the draft right now, looks like AP Brand are putting respect onto Suns because he is a playmaker for Onyx. Onyx banning out the Boxia, making sure that perhaps they're really looking at a jungler that is not super tanky. And we saw how the Fredrin was very impactful in the game. will that be one of the bans?
I believe for Calteezy as well, he's been able to utilize the flex pick of the Paquito, right?
Yeah, that's
I
right.
believe it was group stages or somewhere in the knockout stages where Kyle was able to utilize this.
Yeah.
But either way, they always go for the FDP.
FDP.
Full damage Paquito.
That's right. They want to go for all-out damage for Paquito, which is going to be great versus this Claude. And then eventually the Joy, if they do lock it down. I'm curious, I think AP Bren might just get the few hero on their fourth pick.
Yeah.
And what else is there? I mean, they might... there are players who actually like the cushion going up against the Joy.
Looking at the Lily as well as Kadita ban is very clever because, like you said, Wolf, a lot of scaling coming in from Onyx. They need a very strong mid laner to actually help them out in the early as well as the mid to make sure that they don't receive a lot of problems going into the game. But what is the safer pick here? Valentina picked up.
Yep, very safe.
I'm looking and I'm thinking, I don't know, a Court maybe even? Because
For-
wave clear as well?
Yeah,
for Onyx.
For Onyx, for sure. With the Faramis being banned, it's not available. You go either Eve or
Novaria? Even Novaria.
Novaria is a bit safer though, right? Compared
safer,
to the rest because you are going to be able to have that range advantage against whoever you're up against.
Or maybe they go Angela plus perhaps a Cho, a defensive hero. I think Angela plus Ruby actually for Onyx. Or Rafaela, Angela. I mean, they double down in the support because I think that for both the Joy as well as this squad, you have so much scaling. So you're so dependent on scaling and getting items that you need some supporting from your roamer.
Well, it's Gord. Gord picked up as well as the Ruby here. Okay, the two analysts got it right.
Yeah.
I feel clever calling out the Gord.
You guys are clever, right? The Gord and the Ruby here. The Ruby is going to be quite good at actually stopping any of these initiations, especially the dashes coming in from the Paquito. But AP Bren.
What if they go Phobias for AP Bren?
Oh, that's going to be pretty good.
Joy,
then,
Ruby, Claude.
Yeah, and then just flexing the Paquito in the jungle. I mean, if that's the case, even the play-by-play can call it.
Yeah. They can even heck. I mean,
you can be proud of yourself. It's fine, man.
Yeah, for sure.
People
But
love you.
I don't like the Phobias though. Like,
all right.
I mean, I get it, right? I mean, it's a lot of damage. You can actually jump in and distract a lot of the backline members. It's good for Snowball, but maybe they want something a bit more reliable.
Yep.
And that's the Martis in the jungle. All right, so the Paquito is going to be going to the XP lane. They know there's a lot of CC on Onyx. They go with anti-CC.
Yeah, looking at Onyx draft here, I kind of feel like they have to be very calculative with their aggression because going up against a Martis, if you force out the turtle and you take way too much damage, you're going to put the Martis on a pedestal. The Martis will be a very happy boy.
Yeah.
Happy man. Happy man.
Obviously for Joy as well as the Claude, the late game is the power spike. And they're going to be really, really strong. If we're going to be looking at the heroes, that's evident on the side of AP Bren. They don't have the best defense against the Joy as well as the Claude, so that's going to be a problem. But in the early stages, that is where this Bruno Martis lineup, Snowball, coming out from the side of AP Bren might be what we can expect.
As we go into game number 2 in the grand final of the M5 World Championship, can Onyx delay the game, scale it up, or will AP Bren bringing the pressure and stop them in their tracks? We'll witness in this game number 2 of this best of 7.
Starting us off already with the crowd roaring again in Rizal Memorial Coliseum. Anything interesting to note down here as we get into the game, Wolf?
Well, I'm surprised that there's no Tigreal invasion yet at level 1. I don't think that they'll ever be considering it because Keyboy is skipping taps on Ogwen. This is what we said, right? There has to be a hero for Keyboy that kind of mirrors where Ogwen wants to go for. And going in for the Quantum Charge on Ogwen, interesting. He wants to... Yeah, he wants to be part of these skirmishes. And Carry still has the Retribution, so it's going to be safe.
He uses it. Retri over Ogwen with a shove back onto Kyrie, but he's still going to be able to dish out some damage. Keyboy is coming in as well. Ogwen with a flicker backwards defensively. That's a flicker as well. Talk about Rook King. Keyboy picks up first blood in game number 2. A change of pace for Onyx.
A good start, but again, we gotta see how this impact really happens. What's the advantage of Onyx now having the first blood?
Oh, that's a lot of advantage because now Kyrie gets to level 4 without any problem. They can't contest the turtle because the ultimate coming out from Kyrie will be up soon anyways. And the fact that Keyboy had an extra EXP from that kill, that's gonna be great.
Electrifying beats already used up. Keyboy as well with his own round Wolf King, but it's a Mortal Coil and it's a complete opposite approach, right? Master Assassin for Mr. Recetiano, Super Marco, and for CW, it's that tenacity.
Yeah, we've seen that AP Brand, they really want to win out the lane, but I've been looking at game number 1 as well as game number 2. AP Brand has been putting a lot of pressure inside the jungle of Onyx, but why are they putting in the pressure there?
It's mainly because of the joy. They don't want carry to snowball. Kyle TZ, despite being pressured, will get to level 5 first, but I don't think that they will have time for this. Good poke coming up from Sans.
Great poke and Boots as well. Forcing out a Mortal Coil. Calteezy's zoned completely away, but Flapteezy doing the same thing to Sans. Forcing a flicker out. Kyrie jumping in, finding the retribution on a turtle as Keyboy dishes out some damage with Boots. Just trying to keep AP Brand, their front line, at bay. And Onyx have secured a neutral objective without giving anything away.
Onyx is starting off very, very good, even though Flapteezy was able to zone Sans away. But looking at how Kyrie is playing the game and the engage coming in from Boots, it's very, very impressive. So now, Onyx, even though it's a 300 goal lead, is actually quite impactful here. What do you think, Wolf?
Yeah, definitely impactful. We were talking about the laning, the scaling of Kyrie as well as the CW. The fact that they're not getting run over by the Tigreal, by the Paquito, as well as the Martis, that's great. And Sans, for some reason, again, Keyboy. Oh my.
He found the I'm offended off camera. Few was caught off guard. And Sans just Mystic Gushed.
Oh, look at the bottom lane here. Super Marco having to go back. Kyle TZ is there. CW, I don't think he can do anything here.
Not much. Not right now. He pops in at Go Onyx as he farms back. But Wolf, they're being kept at bay. The Smartest gets outscaled by quite a bit.
For sure. Not a good sign, but they can still recover. They still have, 5 minutes to go with this? If they find the opening finally with Kyle TZ, they can just run over, and then Flapteezy eventually controls the map. That is definitely what AP Brand is looking for.
Yeah, right now we're looking at 2 minutes to 3 minutes. We see how CW is double farming both the gold lane as well as the mid lane. And we got to talk about this. Gord not receiving the farm. Is it still fine for him, Wolf?
Yes, in a way that all he needs to do is to actually equalize the lanes. At this point, Sans, he just needs to prolong the game. That's what he needs to do.
It feels very adaptive, right? The way that they are actually giving CW these waves. They know that Sans just picked up a kill, so he can afford to actually give a wave in the mid lane. That's when CW decided to rotate over.
Yeah, this is one of the benefits of having a mid laner that is not farm dependent. But let's look at the items here.
Yep, there's the Hunter Strike that Flapteezy has picked up. The FDP, the full damage Paquito, and it's gonna be utilized up top.
A lot of damage onto Boots, and Implosion committed as well. Boots now caught in the I'm offended. He pops in a penalty zone, flickers out to safety, but should fall. The Decimate finds the kill, and Kyle TZ will give AP Bren their first kill on the board for game number 2.
But looking at Onyx here, they're really trying to trade things off because they're like, okay, if you get 1 kill, we need to get 2. I kind of feel like that's the idea. And the 2 that they got was the buff, as well as CW getting a little bit of farm coming in from that mid lane turret. He's getting gold fast.
And the thing is, Onyx lost their flicker onto Keyboy. It's going to be a massive battle spell to not have for 2 minutes, knowing full well that the 5 to 7 minutes, that is actually the power spike of AP Bren. Onyx, despite them leading when it comes to the goal, they should not be that comfortable. And burning Boots as well as Keyboy's flicker, just like that for the trade-off, might not be the best choice.
Not the best choice, but I think that's the only choice that they could have made. AP Bren are doing so well at going for neutral objectives, but also screening the map. They know if Onyx want to look for a trade, and they get the more valuable one by calculation. Flicker Implosion, bringing him back. Now the shove in, but a Mystic Gush does a lot of damage to the back as well. Keyboy going to be knocked out by the Worldly. I'm offended, not connecting to Decimate does though. TPZ by Boots. Defensive penalty zone to the back. CW finding a trade in the bottom lane. And he will be able to get just the turret here as Ogwen screens him and pushes him back again.
I mean, we saw in the interview, CW can get money, man. He can get the gold. And I kind of feel like Onyx right now, they are fine with giving something up as long as they get something back, as long as it's not a losing trade. Proactiveness coming in from AP Brand, but we got to look at Kyrie as well. He just finished his Starlium Scythe. It's just 1 item, but once he gets 2, once he gets 3, it's going to be trouble.
And speaking of trouble, AP Bren already invaded the purple buff that should be belonging to Kyrie. Then they secured their own. They even got a turret up top. And obviously the power spike that we're talking about for AP Bren, we can now feel it. And Onyx will really scratch their heads with the flicker being burned out by both Keyboy as well as Boots.
I want to mention as well, even though Sans, he was giving away the lane, he has a goal advantage over Few.
Yeah. I guess because of the kills that he was able to get, as well as the assist. But Onyx, they don't need to panic. All they need to do now is to defend their lanes. Make sure that the middle is going to be intact. Keyboy and Sans might throw their bodies just to defend that. And then secure the farm onto CW.
And again, looking at the goal earned here, CW is number 1, Super Marco is number 2. But looking at Onyx here, the way that they've been moving around the map is like that they're not sacrificing too much for helping out CW.
Yeah, now they've actually lane swap, decided to do that. AB Brand feels very happy to do that. Flapteezy 1v1 against CW. Battle Mirror Image going to be used on Flapteezy. Knockout strike, one more shot, blazing direct from CW. No battle spells used up just yet. AB Brand in the bottom lane. That's a penalty zone connecting onto Oakwood, but he gets a massive shove onto 3. Kyrie walks out with the electrifying beat. Super Marco, dishing out damage on the boots. I don't bend it into a Decimate. Kyrie with retribution. He misses it, but Kyle doesn't. He finds another. B-Boy falling. Solid in the mid lane. Pressured down on his own tier 1. Kyrie looking to clear out the waves. That's a dive angle from AP Brand. A Decimate, and Kyrie will still be able to walk away. Super Marco gets a big goal on top. CW 1v1 against Flapteezy. Battle Mirror Image going to be used out. Knockout strike 1-2. CW takes the 1v1.
Hey, why did you bring a gun to a fist fight, man? CW was playing unfair, but we got to look at the items here.
Yep.
Onyx, what's happening here, Wolf?
It's a massive snowball. The Radiant Armor picked up. It's the first time for Kalteezy. That paid dividends, and now he's going to be tanking through Onyx damage.
Mortal Coil, but a penalty zone will be used in time. Kalteezy going for the bang! He turns it around. The shutdown goes to the roamer. I would say that's still a win for AP Bren.
Onyx right now making mistakes. We saw the mistake just now. Kyrie unable to secure the turtle. Good thing by AP Brand, they actually reset it so that the retribution was not enough. Yeah. Now what does Onyx have to do?
Well, Onyx will just have to defend once again. Very unfortunate that CW was the one that got picked off. That was great play coming out from Kalteezy with the blade armor as well, because Onyx was trying to run him down, but he lasted for such a long time that AP Bren was able to trade it off. With the Radiant armor as well as blade armor picked up by this Kalteezy Martis. Now you know that they have the snowball. Definitely needs to secure the first Lord for AP Brand for sure.
The question is, well, we see AP Brand right now with 1,000 gold lead. They're moving as a unit. They're moving as 3. They're moving as 4. What are they planning, Wolf? Are they just wanting to get kills, or they just want to zone Onyx away?
Yeah, it's just about zoning Onyx away. They do have a lot of potential when killing. But at the same time, if they just secure the Lord and then just take the turns, they're going to be fine, because what happens afterwards will be for them to take out the jungle of Onyx.
Well, right now, looking at the goal, looking at the positioning, it is definitely AP Brand favorite, and Flapteezy is doing the most amount of damage in this game. Looks like he's fine being alone. AP Brand doing this 4-1 positioning is good for AP Brand.
It's massive for them. Kyrie looking for an angle, gets shoved back by Open, electrifying beast. Whoa! Kyrie has just stolen it away. Kyle had the retry. He had the level advantage as well. The magical man, my goodness.
Only one time, man. Kyrie was like, don't worry, it was just luck. It was just a mistake.
Holy.
I'm not going to lose the next one.
I got this, says Kyrie. Brings me back to the time where I was able to work with this man.
Wow. Wow.
Just wow.
Wow.
What a steal.
What a steal. That's what we're wowing about.
Every time he's doing that, back in his younger days, you know, he would scream, di mo kaya sa retrian, which means you cannot out-retry me.
Ooh.
You cannot win a duel against retry.
I mean, that's the mentality you need to be a world champion. Because right now, again, we got to talk about the situation here. Even though, yes, Kyrie was able to secure that Lord, but we cannot deny it is still in control of AP Brand. They are the one in the driver's seat.
I guess the best part here for the side of Onyx is that nobody died during that exchange, right? They were able to snatch the Lord, nobody died, so that means that they can at least equalize the lanes. Every minute that they buy for CW to farm, for Kyrie to farm, that's going to be great. Great news for Onyx.
So now AP Brand again, looking at the tempo that they're moving. Personally for me, even though Kyrie can scale up very well, CW on the claw can scale up very well. Late game Onyx is going to be very dangerous.
That's right.
AP